Hello, thank you for joining me today. My name is Ali Zakir. I'm a techno-functional consultant with Ably Pro. And today's topic in this webinar, we're going to be talking about Service Cloud and specifically customer engagement and the importance of customer engagement when it comes to service and servicing your customers. So, it's going. So today's agenda, we're going to do a brief introduction into Salesforce and Salesforce Cloud. Then we'll be defining customer engagement, why enterprises need uh, and should really use Service Cloud, and then how we can personalize Service Clouds for your needs as well as for your customers' needs, and how with the rich resources of data that you have in your enterprise, how you can make decisions and insights into your business. And then we look at strategies and how you can maximize and the importance of customer engagement um, and specifically with Service Cloud. So, brief introduction into Salesforce Service Cloud. Case management, quick personalization solutions by analyzing relevant customer insights. So, case management is probably the heart of what Service Cloud offers. Is basically handling efficiently customer inquiries and issues and requests by providing quick and personalized solutions. Um, Analyzing relevant customer insights, offering tailored responses that addresses your customers' needs and preferences. Um, so with Salesforce and the way you can customize Salesforce, you can really understand each customer's history, the preferences, look at the previous interactions with you, what they bought, what issues they had. So you have all of this information at your fingertips. So it's a matter of utilizing that. The other thing you can really do is do real-time tracking, where you can monitor and see what your customers are doing, interacting with them across the different channels, as you might say. And we'll get into that when we say channels, it'll be email, phone calls, um, and things of that nature. Um, and then the other thing that what case management does is you can do intelligent routing, where you assign the cases based upon a number of factors, um, depending upon where they're coming via, in terms of channels, as well as the importance of those cases. If you, argument's sake, if you launched a new product or a new service, maybe you want to give those a priority and then route them to specific agents so they can handle those cases quickly and efficiently. So there's a number of ways you can really handle cases, and that's what case management is all about. The other thing that's really important is what Salesforce calls Customer 360. Um, and what this is essentially, let's say you have multiple clouds, multiple departments, multiple operations, and you're using multiple clouds within Salesforce. Let that be sales cloud, marketing cloud, commerce cloud, and obviously service cloud. So you have all of this information, all of this data. What Salesforce does is basically brings all of that information together in one place where you have one view where you can analyze this data and look at it holistically. Um, so it's not where you have disjointed information, disjointed data. You can bring this all together under one area where you can basically see everything. So it's a simple concept, right? Where you want to bring everything together, where you can see a cohesive view of your customer's information. So, yeah. So moving on, um, omni-channel. This is real-time communications channels and automation routing with one consistent experience. So what Salesforce allows you to do is communicate or allows your customers to communicate with you via different channels. Let that be phone, email, live chat, social media, SMS, um, even via portals, bots. Um, so, depending upon the demographics of your customers, um, maybe a younger generation would prefer using chat or email versus maybe more business customers or older generation, they would prefer doing communicating via phone. So you can customize your service channels depending upon your needs, maybe certain customers, VIP, or certain tiered customers. You would give them options where you can submit a case, whatever is their preferred method. So you really, what you should do is customize the channels that they can communicate with you, with how your customers prefer, and then also obviously in conjunction with what your preferences are also. But you have a lot of flexibility here, and that's why you have a lot of choices. And then even after those choices, in terms of how they're routed and how you handle it on your side, you can ultimately customize it so many ways that fits your needs. In conjunction with that is your automation tools that you have, um, process builder, workflows, and things. Um, in the last year or so, there's been a lot of talk and a lot of interest when it comes to AI. So, uh, Salesforce has had Einstein for quite a few years, but they continue to make enhancements for that, where you have Copilot, um, where you can also do conversation mining. Um, so once again, you have limited resources on your side with your agents and things of that nature. So the ultimate goal here is you want to resolve a case as soon as possible, as efficiently as possible. So Salesforce has given you these AI tools. Um, and, once again, it could be conversation mining, case wrap up, article recommendations, service reply recommendations. There's quite a list of things where you can utilize to just speed up and make the case resolution efficient. So, if you can resolve a case more quickly, ultimately your customers would be happy. I mean, not only quickly, but correctly is very important. So it's all about making the customer happy at the end of the day. So moving on, get this to move on. Okay. So defining customer engagement, tailoring customers' experience across each channel with real-time communication. We had touched upon omni-channel. So you're managing service requests via the web, text, social media, email calls, and bots. And you can customize this to what works for the customer, ideally, as well as from your perspective also. And, you can prioritize where emails you can respond within 24 hours versus if it's text or social media, you can utilize bots on your first level of response. And then if it needs to get escalated, then it can go to an agent. And then it could be a phone call or could be a live chat with a customer. So there's different ways you can tailor your omni-channel and in conjunction with that, depending upon what the case is, you can send it to a particular agent that might have a skill set, and also based upon the availability of your agent. So let's say depending upon your business hours, you would utilize certain routing or channels, and then after hours, you could utilize another like self-service or bots. So there's multiple ways you can, do this. And then also, in conjunction with that, you have, like, for example, if you're utilizing bots, you can give quick response times. And then also with social media and things of that nature. So, depending upon your needs and how you want to manage that, you can tailor it, your omni-channel various ways. Um, and then with self-service, um, a lot of customers prefer self-service now, where they can go to a portal. They can do a search and they can find the articles that would be relevant to them. You can also, in conjunction with that, have bots that can give automated responses. Um, so self-service is really powerful because number one, um, people can do it at their leisure, search and look up things at their leisure. They're not on hold on the phone. Um, and then, with self-service, you have a lot of options like FAQs and forums, and you can also have where if people have posted an issue that they've had, and then your reply to that or your fix or your resolution, they can read that and follow and look at that also. So there's multiple ways you can configure and offer solutions for your customers on the self-service. And I think a lot of people prefer that nowadays also. Let's move on. Why enterprises need Service Cloud? So, you know, enhance customer satisfaction. So tailor customer support through a centralized platform with an automated process where you can successfully manage cases and resolve them quickly and efficiently, um, which is what we had talked about previously. It all has to do with you have a case, you want to resolve that case as soon as possible for a number of reasons, which we'll get into later. But ultimately, it's to make the customer happy. And if you resolve it quickly and efficiently, especially if you're not utilizing an agent's time is expensive versus if you're using an automation, that'd be with AI. Once you've set it up, it doesn't cost you anything. Manpower um, is probably the most expensive thing for a business. Um, to greater customer retention um, by utilizing Service Cloud and all the tools that are available to you, you can really personalize the interactions through an accurate journey mapping and building a long-lasting relationship with sales or service process. Um, so you're building loyalty, you're engaging the customer, and if they're engaged, they're more likely to be loyal, um, and lending the higher retention of that customer. So you have a customer today and you're losing them, 6 months from now or a year from now. You want to hold on to those customers for as long as possible. Um, and if you're holding on to a customer, maybe they'll recommend your service, your company to other individuals also. Um, Compelling case resolution. Um, get informed data insights into your customers' activities, instant case resolution by utilizing Salesforce, Einstein AI, automation, um, and in conjunction with that, routing cases to the relevant service agent. So, as I had said before, Salesforce has a number of tools um, with Einstein, Copilot, conversation mining, case wrap-up, article recommendations, service reply recommendations. That's just to list a few. There's more, but Salesforce has a extensive list of tools that you can really utilize to speed up um, the resolution where you can close the case. Um, and for seamless omni-channel support, where once again we have a list of uh, ways that your customer can interact with you, and you can actually tailor that um, really for them in terms of what they prefer and what they like. So there's not one way of doing it, basically. Um, so personalizing Salesforce, which is what I've been talking about, you can really customize the experience for your customer, as well as on the back end on your side, how you interact with the customer. Um, so, you can smartly leverage your customer data, deliver accurate information with a connected experience. So you have all of this data, um, past interactions, you know what they've bought, you know what services they've had. So you can really um, intelligently communicate with your customer. You know what they bought, you know when they bought it. So you can really speak to them and give them solutions that are intelligent. Um, Customer communities, self portals, um, bringing customers on a centralized platform to share knowledge and deliver common experience that reduces service load and once again fosters brand loyalty. What I had said before, um, you want to retain your customers, you want to keep them as long as you can, and then with that, you can also offer them other services and other products that you might have under your umbrella. Self-service portals, which we talked about previously, is where I think a lot of customers, they prefer where they can go to a portal and, you know, they can get the answers that they're looking for. Let that be FAQs, let that be via an interactive chatbot. Um, you know, Salesforce has made a lot of innovations recently with Einstein conversation mining that can lead to bots. And as I said, you can have your knowledge articles. Not only that, Salesforce now has um, where you can not only utilize your own internal knowledge articles, you can also leverage third-party knowledge articles. So you're not just limited. So you can really leverage other third-party knowledge articles that can help your customers. And that's something that's a new innovation that Salesforce has with Einstein. Um, so, you know, data-driven insights. So, as I touched upon previously, you have all of this data um, with your customer, and there's multiple ways you should really leverage that. So, for example, here you have a unified customer view, and so businesses have an accurate, comprehensive data for decision making. And in conjunction with that, in terms of services, you can give them, like, for example, here we have Einstein um, reply recommendations based upon what they might have purchased before, what type of service they've had before, what type of issues they've had previously. Einstein can recommend quick and easy responses to give to your customers, to just to make things more efficient. Um, Hand in hand, once you have all of this data, um, you should really use analytics and reporting. You see, to have a look at insights into customer behavior and service performance for informed decision making. So, let's say, for example, you've just launched a new product and you want to see how is that product performing. Um, you can really dice the information. Are you getting a lot of service calls for that particular product or service? Um, and also, you can do this in real time also. So as you have all of this information at your fingertips, you should really be analyzing um, what's happening with your customers, what's happening with your product or with your service. Um, and if you see an issue, um, you can address it. If a particular product or service is selling well or is doing well, then maybe you could run promotions based upon that. So there's multiple ways you got this information, look at it, analyze it, and move forward. Let's see. Once again, data-driven insights. You want to utilize automation tools that Salesforce has, which is a host of them. Um, so once again, you got Einstein replies. Um, you've got, and once again, these are all things to make it easy for the agent as well as easy for the customer. So you're just resolving cases as soon as possible. Um, and as I had said, you've got AI-powered insights, so enable proactive issue resolution and optimization of resources based upon predictive insights. Um, I'm not going to get into the details of all the tools that Salesforce has, but there's a quite a list of them. But I'll list them out and talk about them. a little bit later on. Uh, Once again, data-driven insights. You've got omni-channel. So depending upon how your customers like to interact with you, you can really tailor your omni-channel and your support mechanism, let it be email, phone, chatbots, that really tailor to your customer needs. And as we had said previously, with all the data that you have, you want to do continuous analysis of your data. Enables businesses to identify areas for improvement through continuous monitoring and analysis. So you have reports, you have dashboards. You can customize the dashboards any which way you like. So you can really analyze in terms of what your customers are doing, where you have potential issues, how you're resolving cases, how quickly you're resolving cases. Um, so as you can see here, we have average case resolution by an agent, um, resolution time, violated cases where they've taken longer than expected, um, first response, a violated case by origin, and you have it broken down by the different channels, average case by age, by origin, um, and then we have stall cases, 45 cases. So depending upon your thresholds, you can set your threshold. So 45 might be more than you like, where typically if you want to be in the green, you want to have 15 cases. But right now we have 45. Number of times a case is reopened. So you can look at cases and see how often the case is being reopened again. And then you can dive in on that and see, okay, what specifically is this case? Um, and figure out, okay, maybe we need to address this. We have a problem here. And then average first response time by agent. So how quickly, an agent is responding. So, that's just an example that we have here, where you can really have multiple dashboards and you can really customize them per your needs. Um, so here, proactive issue resolution allow businesses to address issues proactively, preventing escalation and enhancing overall service quality. So you want to resolve cases as soon as possible so your customers are not being frustrated. Um, so resolved it the first time, not the second time, not the third time, and not, you know, after 5 days. You want to resolve a case as soon as possible. Let it be 10 minutes, let it be 30 minutes. It all depends upon, whatever your KPIs may be for a particular product service. Um, and then also with Service Cloud, with all of these tools that we have, we can really optimize your service allocation in terms of what I had said previously. That's really your number one most expensive cost is manpower. So by utilizing tools, you can really make your individuals more efficient and give them the tools to really resolve cases quickly and efficiently. Um, Feedback loop. You want to get feedback from your customers. So by making real-time adjustments, improve processes, meet evolving customer expectations. So, Salesforce has feedback surveys, I believe it's called, um, where you can send out surveys and, they would respond to those surveys and then you can analyze that data and see what's going on, and see where you can make improvements. Say you see where maybe your customers are being frustrated, see where you're doing well. So you definitely always want to have receive feedback from your customers. And once again, you want to make data-driven decisions. Enable businesses to implement informed strategies, leading to ongoing improvements in service delivery and customer satisfaction. Um, so, this, okay, so what we have here customized solutions to meet specific needs. So assess unique business needs, that would be your business needs, and design, implement Service Cloud solutions based upon those specific requirements that you have for your customers, ensuring seamless integration with existing systems and processes. So, any enterprise, they'll have multiple systems and data that goes back years. Um, and maybe you need to integrate with not only Salesforce, but other um, like an ERP system or your legacy system. So what Salesforce allows you to do is integrate with those systems, pull that data in, and work in a efficient manner, so that ultimately you can service your customers. Um, Strategic roadmap for long-term success. Start with a comprehensive roadmap outlining implementation, optimization, and support phases. Align the roadmap with business goals and deliverables and success KPIs. Proactive monitoring and maintenance for best results, which is what I had touched upon also previously, to minimize downtime, disruptions with regular maintenance. Um, Ensure stability, security, performance of your Salesforce org with proactive maintenance. Uh, and then obviously what you want to also do is have continuous training and education for your agents and for your employees. So educate your internal team, continuous training and educate your internal team with knowledge uh, that they need to efficiently leverage Salesforce Service Cloud. Um, Invest in customized training sessions, workshop resources tailored to different user roles and that depending upon their level and their proficiency. So you always want to provide training, education internally so that they can, um, you know, resolve cases and provide service to your customers. Um, Strategic uh, consulting and optimization. Conduct regular reviews and assessments to identify areas for improvement and follow up with those in best practices. Um, Constantly optimize and align the platform with evolving business needs. Um, as any business will know, uh, it's always evolving. It's never the same. What you're doing today will be different from 2 years from now. So you constantly need to be making changes and evolving. Not only that, you know, depending upon your competition, what they're doing, you need to evolve and make changes uh, in your processes and how you also service your customers. Um, so, some final points. Customer engagement is it's really crucial um, for to build uh, loyalty, engage customers to remain loyal, leading to higher retention rates and increased customer lifetime value. Um, you want to drive revenue, engage customers to spend more time. The more engaged they are, uh, they're more likely to come back and be a repeat customer. Um, so you don't have to go out and get new customers. Because as you're engaging with them, you'll have a higher revenue, higher profitability. So there's a there's a host of reasons why you really want to retain those customers and really engage with your customers. Um, you're more likely to, positive word of mouth is a great way to do free marketing. Um, so to bring in new customers, um, word of mouth is awesome. And we had talked about previously. You want to engage with your customers where they'll provide you feedback. There's two factors. One is it also shows that you care about the customer, where you're reaching out to them. You want to hear how you can make improvements. And then obviously with that, you take that feedback and then you can work upon how you can make those improvements. Um, and the other thing is, by depending upon how you set up your engagement tools, let it be omni-channel, how quickly you respond, um, how are you going to differentiate yourself from your customers? If you have a strong customer engagement where your customer really feels that you have a great product or a great service and you care about them, and you're engaging with them, um, that's how you're going to differentiate yourself from your competitors. Um, you know, you might have you might be more expensive, but a customer might be willing to utilize your service or buy your product because they feel that they're getting better service from you. It's more than just price. It's actually, you have touch points with them. You're communicating with them. It'd be via email, chat, whatever the case may be, social media. You built that brand awareness. Um, so it's really about building that engagement, and service really allows you to build that engagement with your customers. So you've got that loyalty. Um, so they have that connection with you, and that's what it really comes down to. You want to have it so that your customer feels that you have their back, and they have, if you had another product or another service, they'd come to you first versus somebody else. And that's what brand loyalty, and they have that connection with you. So there's some points where why it's important, where you want to maximize customer engagement for service. So service is not just a matter of selling something, providing a service one time, and you're done. It really has to be an ongoing issue, an ongoing thing that you really should do as a customer. So even if they don't reach out to you for if they don't have an issue or they don't open a case with you. It's a matter of having multiple touch points. So you're building that engagement with the customer. And then obviously when it comes to service you can resolve those quickly and efficiently and give them what they're looking for, the customer. Um, so that's pretty much it for the webinar. Thanks for joining me today. I hope that you were able to gain some insight about the power um, of Salesforce Service Cloud. Um, as I said, Service Cloud offers a long list of tools, especially with the advent of AI and Einstein, that you can really utilize. I'm just going to recap them. I think I said I was going to recap them, but I don't think I did. You've got Einstein bots, where you can build bots, um, where that could be your first tier for responses for your customer, and then you could have a second and a third tier in terms of how you respond. Maybe the second tier would be they could chat with a agent, and then maybe the next level would be they would be able to have a conversation with an agent. Um, you have Einstein case classification. So depending upon what type of case it is, it will get classified and it would get routed to the appropriate agent. And then it would be, or yeah, you would have some automation tool that would take care of that response. And then that would be the first response or the first tier. And then you could have a second and a third tier. And that would go hand in hand with Einstein case routing. Um, and then the agents, they have case wrap up, Einstein case wrap up, where they could have a list of things or tools where they can wrap up the case quickly and efficiently, where they would have some options. Um, you have service reply recommendations. You have Einstein article recommendations, and as I had said, um, you can also use third-party knowledge articles. Um, in conjunction with your own articles to make things more efficient and help out the customer. You have also work summary um, tools that just make things more efficient for the agent. So just in wrapping, this is our, if you would like to contact us at Ably Pro, that's our phone number, email. You can contact us on social media. Once again, thank you for joining me and have a good day. Thank you. Bye-bye.